Hello, I am Dan.
And I'm Cam.
And this is a Candid Conversation.
That one was the best.
Yeah, we didn't hear it.
You didn't? Here, let me try it. Oh, hang on. Let me try that one more time. And this is a Candid Conversation.
Round 2.
Did you hear it now?
Yeah. We're working on it. Welcome to the Candid Kitchen. It's our new house that we're moving into. I got my
It's very bright and not really my style.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
I don't know what this is behind me, but we
feel
love
like it looks like a coffee shop. Let me see. That is coffee. It's Zoom coffee is what it says.
Oh.
It's a big bin of coffee is what that you could tell is added. Like, oh, it's all added. None of it's a real picture. Why don't they just use real photos?
I don't know. But we're still moving our studios around. Eventually we'll be on the same couch together.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Be honest, it hasn't been a priority the past to get it done. It's on me.
It's on the list.
Yeah,
So,
it is. It'll happen.
What do you got for us
we're
tonight,
here.
Candy?
That's what's important. Well, you brought it up when we were recording earlier, so I thought, like, why not talk about, like, how men, it's different. They have different emotions that they are blocked from feeling and experiencing. But I recently realized that I don't know how to feel anger. It's not that I don't know how to. I'm very uncomfortable with the feeling of the emotion of anger. I have always had this issue where when I'm really angry, I will cry. So I will, and it's not manipulative. I don't know how to deal with anger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
it's like
let's
tears
base
come.
off the recording we just did. Why?
Well, and that's the thing. Like another thing based off of the recording that you guys will hear in what, 2 or 3 weeks? 2 weeks on the Dan and Can podcast. You'll hear us talk about this, but I was triggered and rightfully should feel angry about some of it. And it's not just this thing. I've realized this is a pattern my whole life, but like I had moments when I was younger. I do remember having a mouth, like I would say something because I was mad, but that was shot down pretty quick. Smacks, that kind of stuff. So you learn not to do that. But being angry after deconstruct, it's interesting. Like almost struggle with it maybe more after leaving Christianity, only because there is also this pressure that's not really talked about much for those who are deconstructing. And not all of them fall for this, but I would say I have, not always, but I have before, trying to be still very good so that they can't say it's because you left. You know what I'm saying? Are you following me? Like, you better be a pretty upstanding person, because it's almost like you flip into these other roles on another side. Yeah. It's just like the conservative, liberal, the extremes of both sides. They both have these judgments that you got to live by in order to be accepted in the group, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're trading. It's something we talked about before. You leave one system, then that's your comfort, so you find a new system to join.
Yeah, because you naturally want community. We want that. We need community actually for safety or physical safety at one time. And now I think emotional and mental maturity and stuff doesn't happen if you're not around a variety of personalities.
Yeah.
That's how you grow. But in Christianity, women are just not allowed to be angry.
No,
that is just not okay.
Yeah, it's the roles you're not allowed, you're supposed to be the nurturer, the caregiver, the soft, the
You're the soft, so
the
that your husband can be the
vessel.
hard, basically.
The
Yeah.
delicate vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your husband can be hard.
Okay. All right, buddy.
You're
I didn't
getting
even.
it.
I
You're
missed that
getting
one.
What are you talking about? Okay. I guess I need some blue chews.
Some what?
Blue chews, because you said you missed that one.
Oh God! Seriously, people are not going to follow us. Okay,
No,
got it. I understand what you're saying, and I
chance.
wasn't mentioning anything about that.
So, but no, the role you're supposed to have isn't supposed to have anger, because anger is defined as, and this is part of the systems, is when they start defining emotions as these are male emotions and these are female emotions. That's just not how humanity works. That's not how life works. Emotions, everyone gets the full gambit, no matter what's located between your legs, how you identify, you're going to have all the emotions. And I think that confuses them, because when they see someone that's assigned male at birth that is soft and caring and nurturing, we got to beat that out of them, because that's female. But it's like, no, those are the emotions that they associate with.
You're not allowing them to express it. Yeah. So they don't. And if you don't allow them to express it, which I can only speak from my experience, like, because anger was such a, you couldn't be angry. And if you were either called a bitch, not maybe by the church, but it was thought,
a Karen,
or a Karen. Yeah. Or, yeah, that's interesting. Okay. We've got a Karen, we've got a bitch, we've got a brat. Boys are called brats too, I think, but mostly girls, I think. I mean, it is said about girls for sure.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday. There's a lot of words for a woman who's angry. Yeah. And the thing I'm realizing, like, because of situations I've been in, and it's been since deconstruction where these have been so noticeable to me, because I am more curious now. And I'm, instead of saying, oh, it's the devil, it's God, it's me, but it's like, why is this happening? What am I doing? How can I stop being in this cycle? Is it a cycle?
How can you stop being
all
a
these
bitch?
questions. How can I stop being a bitch? But, or like, I'm angry. First of all, is it wrong to be a bitch? Like, no, because sometimes when you're grieving something, which is a lot of times, grief is any loss. Anytime something changes that you liked, or you lose something, anytime you're going to go through a grief. Now, sometimes it's very quick. It's not much, right? Like, I flip up my favorite mug, like when you broke my mug. Remember my hypnotist mug that you broke?
Bring this shit up again.
But anyways, so there was a little bit of grief, because there was a little bit of like anger, like, Dan, why weren't you paying attention? And then, even a bargaining, like, could we glue it? And then because you kind of go through this whole thing with this mug, and then eventually it's acceptance and it's thrown in the trash, right? And then magically, it was resurrected in a new mug, a better mug that Dan got me.
Before you go on.
What?
The person that put the stages of grief came out here recently and was like, people, this isn't linear.
No, it is not linear at all.
Because everyone was going, okay, I'm in anger now, so now I get to look forward.
No.
Yeah.
You bounce around in them. Yes. And you may feel like you've gotten to acceptance, and then later something, because I'm going through something like that where I feel like I'm accepted, and then something triggers it, and I have to go through another bout of grief because there's another layer to it, So yeah, it's not linear, and you bounce around. The problem, like even in hypnotherapy, like that's something that we have to help people with. Sometimes they get stuck in like depression or anger, and because it's not processing itself. So you have to help them process it. But that is, where was I going with that thought?
Linear.
Jog my memory here.
We were talking about linear, going through it again.
Oh, it's not linear. Yeah. So anger is part of that process. And if you don't feel the anger at all, I'm not saying you have to feel it every time, because you don't have to go through. I don't know if you have to go through all the stages. I think you pretty much do go through all of them. Yeah. But it's like, when if you don't get angry when there's a reason for being angry, even if you are in the wrong in the situation, it's okay to be angry at, yourself maybe for believing something, or, like you can have those angry moments and you can work through them. You just continue to ask as you're moving through them. You don't stay there forever.
Let me throw this out for you to think about too. Because women are not allowed to feel anger or show it, they're not allowed to fully process grief. Because it's an unacceptable emotion to go through.
I mean, they get stuck in depression all the time. Like I suffered with that, They get stuck in those bargainings. Like, what if I would just do it better? I was just talking to somebody today and we were talking about mom guilt. And it's so interesting because like a mom will sit there and be like, oh, if I would have done this, if I could have just done this better, how can I make this better? Where a dad, and she'll just always think she's a bad mom. And how often did you think I'm a bad dad? Just be honest.
That's the greatest. I have a cup that says number one dad.
You have full-time dad on your shirt. I mean, come on.
Full-time dad.
So it's like
part-time hooker.
Part-time hooker.
Gift from
my daughter. Guys. He brings in the money, okay? He's bringing home the bacon.
Yeah. Sometimes it's quarters, but they add up, folks. They add up.
Anyway, so it's like, I lost my train of thought again.
That happens to you.
No, it's not good.
I
haven't had it too much, but
you were talking about mom guilt, dad guilt.
Oh yeah, just the fact that guys don't have this sense of guilt because
we're trained it's not our job.
Yeah, and it's not your identity either. Yeah. Your identity is not dad. Your identity is man. Yeah. Christian man. If you're in Christianity, you're a Christian first. You're a man. Whereas a woman, it don't even really matter if you're a Christian woman.
Yeah,
you're just a woman. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a Christian woman or not, you're supposed to, according to Christian men, you're supposed to listen to Christian men or men in general, right?
Yeah.
Women are always the subject to their man's in that viewpoint. I mean, you can't go. I was reading something where they were talking about how marriages sometimes, it's taught in Christianity that your marriage, the man is the head, but rarely do you see a marriage where a man actually is the boss. Because a lot of times the woman is kind of like there's that saying, there's a woman turning the neck or head or whatever. Or the woman is the neck that turns the head or something like that, right? But she's trying to fight for power. And in his head, he wants the power. Now, if they are actually playing it that way, it's not probably a very good relationship. Mm-hmm. Now, if the man is in control and he's like he's like, I'm the boss, then... and he enforces it, that woman is likely pretty miserable if it's enforced. She might still believe it, but they don't live it, is what the point was. But let's say you live that way and you think, well, God says the man is the head of the house and he's the spiritual leader and blah, blah, blah. But you don't really live that way. Your husband kind of lets you do what you would do, kind of like how you and I were. You can maybe even have an okay marriage. Because you're not really practicing it. You say you believe it, but you don't really do it, right? But the problem comes when your daughter then marries somebody who says he does believe that, and then he abuses her or suppresses her because he does believe that, and he is going to act on it, and she will have to submit or have consequences for it, right? That's the problem. Like, you may be able to like push, like MAGA doesn't understand. Maybe they don't live really religious, but they think that that's a good thing, right? So then they're pushing that on everybody else, which will come back and bite them in the ass if that's the case, because the religion, the rules they'll eventually cross over onto them. Yeah. But anyways, it's being able to the point of this whole post or podcast is like, allow yourself to be angry. Men and women, allow yourself to be sad. I mean, everybody just allow yourself to feel the things. You have to feel the emotions because they literally are energy in motion. That's really what they are. If you do not let them move, they need to move through your body, physically through your body. So when you're angry, a good thing you can do, maybe that's why a lot of women clean when they're angry, because they're that movement, they scrub harder, they get angry. A lot of women will use cleaning when they're angry. And I'm just kind of new to feeling anger, allowing myself to feel it. Not that I've never felt it, but just allowing myself to feel it without guilt, I guess, is the biggest thing. Yeah. Without trying to snuff it or stuff it or, like I'm trying to feel it.
I think a big clue on that for you is when you said you go to tears almost immediately, because you were trained and you were brought up that no, anger's bad. You're not allowed to be angry. Stop it. Yeah. So you went to a new emotion that was more allowable. It wasn't.
Well, that new emotion also is I'm bad. So the tears come because I think I'm bad, because, I feel anger. Can't have that. That means I'm bad.
The system allows that in Christianity because, now you're accepting your true identity, that you're bad and you need Christ. So this will drive you to your knees and make you pray for thanksgiving and supplication because you're bad. So you took anger and you transformed it into something that was acceptable.
Yes.
And that's why you're dealing with it now. And that's why you're like, why am I crying when I'm angry? I want to hit something, but I got tears welling up and I'm sad. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Like instead of wanting someone to see me and feel pity, or what a lot of men tend to say about women is they're manipulative with their tears. Oh, right. Yeah, that's been said to me, not by you, but it's like, you're not manipulating. It's a trauma response. Basically, you are responding in a traumatic way because it kept you safe. Yeah. And you don't necessarily, the body doesn't know what to do with anger. And instead of, sometimes I don't want people to, pity is not the right word. Sometimes I just want them to see like, I'm pissed. I'm just pissed. Like, this isn't right. This isn't, you're being cruel and unkind. But women like that, they'll be called all sorts of names. And I guess that just makes us even stronger because we have to get used to it. We just have to be willing to be called names, because to a weak man, that's scary. A woman in her anger, in her wrath, is scary. But to a man who's mature and strong, a woman in her wrath can be very, very powerful. He will know, like, hold off and let her, like, she needs to do this. It will push her to do something. Yeah. So it just, we need to feel them. We need to feel the emotions. And I'm talking to myself mostly. Just, I need to be willing to let anger exist with me.
There, because there's a lot of women that still don't know how to move through anger.
Yeah. I don't
because they've never been allowed to. Since birth, they weren't allowed to. And you're just giving them an idea of, no, this is fine. Get into it, feel it, move through it, experience it.
And it's okay to be, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. It's okay to be pissed. Like, this is like probably what I'm going to write about for my Substack this week is it's okay to be fucking pissed at the Christian church for what they took from us. They fucking took from us. Like, we didn't get a dream. Like, we didn't get to pursue. Yeah. See how I'm angry and tears are starting to well up in my eyes? I'm really am angry, but my instinct or my natural reaction is to cry. Yeah. And I'm not sad. I'm just pissed that they just lied to us and we followed the rules and we didn't get what we were promised. Mm-hmm. And now it's like we just would have to wait until we die to hopefully get it, because maybe it's true and we can't not believe it, because if we doubt, we're in fear of losing everything. And instead, like, now my kids are almost grown. We still have a few more years, but it's like, basically, if I were,
living.
no, I mean, a few more years of like kids living with us.
Yeah.
But if you get to,
Well, not according to our youngest son. He's going to be here until he's 35.
he thinks it's funny to say that. Yeah. You get to empty nest stage, right, in Christianity. And if you live the life that fundamentalist Christianity is pushing on women, which is stay home with your children, homeschool in a lot of ways. Yeah, a lot of times that's what they want. Homeschooling, you're a servant to your kids and your husband, right? They move out, then of course you're going to go around and like, I mean, I know of a person who did this and now they're just like little gossip running around talking about things and talking about people because they need some drama in their life. Their life is so fucking boring and they need grandbabies to be born, you know, because they don't have any other purpose. Yeah. And it's like, I'm just mad that they take away your dreams. You don't get to dream them. Because your dream is to get married and have children. And when you do it, it's like there's this promise of like bliss, and that's not true.
Yeah. And it's not even, just got a text. Better wrap this one up.
Is that from the boy?
Yeah. Okay. The thing is that they take away part of the life experience from you. And say compensate and do with it. So it's not fair because they're telling you can't experience this. It's not allowed.
Well, they take it away before you can even dream it. They tell you what your dreams are. And they also stunt you. They don't give you critical thinking skills. They spoon feed you, and then they scare you about everybody else around you that's different from you so that you won't learn new things. And it just pisses me off because I believed it for 3 decades, and I feel like it's 3 decades of, it's not waste because I do have a beautiful family out of it, and there's some life lessons in there, but it does piss me off because I like, where would I be if I wouldn't have followed all that? You know what I'm saying? I would have been, life would look different, and it just pisses me off.
Yep. And
it's okay to be mad about that so that you can grieve that old life too. Yeah. You know,
it's allowed. I'll allow it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, folks, check in with me in a couple days. Make sure I don't have any extra black eyes because she's pissed. So
yeah, this is my angry face.
That's scary.
It could be masking.
That's scary. Anyways, DannyCan.com. Go there, check that out. Got everything we do on there. Podcast, Candy's hypnotherapy, Candy's podcast, Substack, all that good stuff. So go check it out. Explore the world of Danny Can and learn how pissed off she really is right now. She's a mad white woman coming after you.
Yeah, I don't want that. See you next Tuesday.
Yeah, Candy, you're next Tuesday. So if you're watching on YouTube, we ask that you please give us a like and a follow. And we'd appreciate that greatly because that helps us out there. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, give us 5 stars. Maybe help Candy work through the anger by giving us 5 stars. We'd appreciate it greatly. Leave us a comment. We'd love that too. With that being said, I got a 15-year-old that's going to be mad because I didn't drop everything at a whim of his to come pick him up from school, but he can wait. He's fine. Young. He's a resilient young man. So that's all we got for you tonight, folks. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. I was going to do a quote, stopped, but I changed my mind.